Hi there. Welcome to Big Sexy Chat. My name is Crystal.
I'm Merf.
Hi, Merf.
Hi, Crystal. How are you this week?
Fantastic. And I'm so excited for you to introduce our guest tonight. We have an extra special guest. But before we do that, Merf, I want you to tell everybody about how you got remarried to your husband today and why it was so special.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we are like lifelong hardcore Kevin Smith fans. And if you're wondering, oh, the Kevin Smith, like from Hercules back in the day? No, I'm talking Kevin Smith, Silent Bob of Jay and Silent Bob. Been fans of his work for a really long time, and Clerks 3 is out right now, and he's taking it around the country, and he brought it to Sacramento, to the place that we actually got married 5 years ago. Even though we've been together 22 years, we got married 5 years ago. And so we, my husband bought VIP passes, and he's on the fan club thing, so they get a meet and greet and all this stuff. And we were the last ones in line, and so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna. We got married here. We wanted him to be the officiant. It didn't work out. Wow, I wonder if I could just be like, hey, will you just like quickie, like, will you? Okay, you're married, and I did it. I went in to hug him, and I whispered in his ear, would you be willing to marry us? We got married here 5 years ago. All I need you to say is like, will you? Okay. And he was like, oh man, yeah. He was totally high. It's like in the best mood. So I was like, awesome. So he goes, I was like going to just do a little selfie kind of thing. And he said, oh, no, we're going to make this professional looking. So he hands it to his camera guy that was there taking pictures of everything. And he did a whole little, the Green Lanterns Cree that he gives out to make the ring work. That's his way to officiate everybody. So we got married, and it was like, yay, a big bucket list checklist, and it was a great time. So it was a core memory for sure.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I loved it. The pictures and the video were awesome. I'm so excited for the two of you. I know you're big Kevin Smith geeks, followers, nerds, whatever you want to call it. It's so cool.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was just one of those things where, yeah, it will forever be, our little thing. And it was
like you said, you shot your shot.
Your shot. Yeah, a minute of it, and it's like going to be forever for us.
Didn't you two also have a Star Wars wedding or marriage or something?
We had a movie themed wedding because we got married in a movie theater, so anybody could come dressed as any kind of movie character or TV show character. And yeah, we got married as Han Solo and Princess Leia because we were going for a iconic couple. And we love those movies, of course, but yeah.
How was Clerks 3?
Oh my goodness. It was so wonderful. It's so, it closes the loop. It ends the trilogy, and it was a very, very poignant and very, sad, ending, but very, very important. It's hard to explain. I don't want to give anything away, but if you liked the Clerks series, you should go see this final movie. It's a tearjerker.
Wow.
Yeah, but really good.
Congratulations. I'm so excited for the two of you. I know you two are you just seem like you're both just so in love with each other. It's so fun to watch. So happy to witness some of it. Yeah. So, okay, I'm really excited because we have a really special guest tonight, and I'm so fascinated. I have a million questions, but Merf, tell us all about our special guest and how you guys know each other and anything else we need to know about the lovely Amanda.
Yes. So let me please present Amazon Amanda. You want to say hello?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me here. You guys are freaking awesome.
We are so glad that you decided to come onto our podcast. That's fabulous because it's everything that you do is what we talk about on the regular. So it was exciting to have the opportunity to bring you on. So Amanda and I know each other actually from way back in the day. I was thinking about it today. It's almost 2 decades. Like we're getting near that. Yeah. So we were both involved in a magazine called Bodacious, which was a magazine back in the early 2000s, came out. It was kind of like an airbrushed, they considered it, what did they say, a plus size Playboy kind of magazine where you didn't see any of the front private areas, but you saw tits and ass basically. And we went to lots of parties and hung out with the same crowd and was like, hey, you know, we just started talking and clicked and became fast friends. And my husband is just like, you know, a chatterbox when he gets around Amanda, which is hilarious because my husband is not a chatterbox, right? And so yeah, we just became friends, and every time she comes on through, because she has the most incredible travel schedule, we have to talk about this. But every time she comes through to our area, we're always like, let's go to breakfast or, you know, brunch or where we can fit in. So yeah, so I'm so excited for everyone to get to hear about what you do, and we get to ask questions about it and talk about it. So please introduce where you come from, how you got into this business, the start of it.
The start. Well, you see, once upon a time, many, many years ago. So no, my name is Amazon Amanda. I'm 6'3", barefoot, so up to 6'9" when I wear my lovely heels. Currently 380 pounds. So I got the Amazon by height, goddess, you know, Amazon, BBW, and just goddess by nature. Because, yeah. So I really came into this as Amazon Amanda, because when I was 13, 14, okay, I was always fat. I was always bigger than everybody, long before the whole body positivity movement, long before it was cool to be plus size, long before every store carried extended sizes, right? This was like when you were, okay, do we make our own clothes? Do you go to like the big women's store that has grandma clothes? So yeah, I started mainstream modeling when I was 13, 14. I was 6'2", 260 pounds. I walked in like, oh my God, we love you. No, I was total introverted. I wanted nothing to do with modeling. It was actually my mom's idea, which is surprising. But yeah, so I started modeling and, you know, doing the shows. Like, but then as I continued to grow up and grow out, like, oh, let's tell them you're 6 foot and you're a size 20. Like, so we're going to cut off 2 inches and about 75 pounds. I don't love your personality though. What mainstream model do you know that they book for their personality?
Right.
Exactly. So and you learn the now stand this way and tip this way. So make your shoulders broad, tip your hips. And it was like lie about everything about yourself. And I'm like, what I didn't like the way that felt, because I feel like I'm a fraud. It's like, okay, I'm 6'3", I'm supposed to love my height, but we're saying I'm 3 inches shorter. And then embrace your curves, but say you're 75 pounds lighter. I'm a 24 at the time. They said I was fat. Oh my God, I would love to be a size 24 right now. But anyways, so yeah, so I finally was like, well, F this, I'm going to go back to school. God bless the internet. You know, this wonderful little crazy thing popped up, and it's like, what is America Online? What is this thing that connects people around the world? You know, because I was frustrated with school because you're going to tell me everything I need to know is in a library. Like, to me, it just frustrated me that everything I need to know for the rest of my life is in this. Like, I just found it frustrating. And then the internet came in. Funny enough, all these guys were like, hi, oh my God, you're so tall, you're so beautiful. Do you wear heels? Do you like shorter guys? Would you do it? I'm like, what? And it's funny because I love the whole giantess, 50-foot, Attack of the 50-foot women, because I so identified with that, because that was like my life. And so doing that, and one of the guys sent me a link page, and I'm like, oh, well, and then I take that link page and talk with another friend who 5'6", loves tall BBWs who wear heels, my fan base of today. And he's like, well, you know, that link page is from Amazon's Arena. I'm like, what the hell's Amazon's Arena? He's like, you should really look. So I look, and these are all tall women, 6'5", 6'4", but big girls, like Blythe. I was like, she's 6'5", like 350 pounds. Bunny Glamazon, 6'3", 207. I'm like, okay, I was a little cocky. They're tall, they're beautiful, but can they model? I have modeling experience. And he's like, you should email Jim. Who the hell's Jim? Jim Woodard. Everybody knows who Jim Woodard is. I'm like, okay. So that was the gentleman who ran, Amazon's arena. And so I messaged him like, hi, my name's Amanda. Here's my measurements. Totally from the mainstream, expecting to be shot down. Why? Thinking back now, I'm like, oh my God, that's so stupid. Here's my measurements. And I have pictures if you'd like to see. He writes back, yeah, send me some pictures. Send him a couple pictures. We need to talk as soon as possible. Like, okay. Like, literally the next week, my Yahoo group was up. For those of us old enough to remember days of Yahoo groups. And then the next month, I'm flying down to Las Vegas to shoot for my website. Now, the internet was brand new. Like, brand new. You did not meet people online. There was no such thing as internet dating sites or, internet chats or meetups. So to tell my mom, Mom, I'm going to fly down to Vegas and meet someone that I've never met before or talked to or seen and shoot for a website, my own. What's a website? Like that literally, like, so it was so crazy. And I told her, look, I'm going to give it a year. Let's just see how it goes. Because I dropped out of college because I'm like, that was just not for me. I was so frustrated. And this, like, it, at a time that it embraced everything about you, like, love your height, love your size, love your curves, embrace and be who you are. And you find a community that loves you for everything. So, I went from mainstream, who said, lie, 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 be something you're not, to fucking embrace everything. Like, you are my people. And so it really,
you were in demand.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I said, I'll give it a year. And that was over 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Within 3 months, I was in Tokyo and traveled Europe. Yeah. It's been freaking amazing.
Merf?
Go ahead.
I have 2 quick questions, Merf. Amanda, what age were you when you reached 6'3"?
I was 14.
Wow. That's so cool. Wow.
I was taller than,
Did you get bullied in school?
When I was in middle school.
Yeah.
Absolutely hated middle school. Like 7th, 8th grade, I truly believe is just a holding time. And when most bullies come out, because it's, looking back now, it's a lot of change. People don't know what's happening to my body, what's happening to you, like trying to find that. Because in 6th grade, I was 6 foot and I was 215 pounds. That's taller and bigger than your average male adult.
Yep.
Right.
So here I am walking around in like this huge body, did not have the personality I have now at all. So I was just like very insecure and my mom was a school nurse. So, and people, I was like, oh, your mom's a school nurse. You can go see your mommy. Yeah. Okay. So that also cut down on my social thing because people like having a parent that worked at the school was not cool.
No.
And so, but it was the summer between middle school and high school. Like I was dreading high school because, I was such an introvert. And it's like, okay, I'm still growing. I'm growing up. I'm growing out. It's like, and we went to the mall and a sales associate at a women's store who, remember Women's World? That actually was the store. Like, oh my gosh, we're having a fashion show. You would be perfect. And the agency's like right across the street. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. We just mowed the yard. We're there for my mom. Like, you just want to make a sale. Whatever. No intentions. Didn't want anything to do with it. Here's my mom. Let's go see what they say.
Wow.
Whatever. So yeah, like honestly, so it's funny because I tell my mom, anyways, yeah, you started this all.
How tall's your mom?
Because 5'8".
It's above average. Average American woman's 5'4", I think, right?
Yeah. So she's 5'8", and my dad was 6'6". So
Nice.
6'6", over 350. So she's like, yeah, I got the height size from my dad, the curves and the personality from her. So, good little mix. But yeah, walked into the agency and they were like, oh my God, you're beautiful. And kind of started that. And then that really helped with like my own progression. Like, fuck, yeah, skinny.
Yeah.
Because, at the time, everybody wanted to model there. But yeah, that was a nice little progression.
Oh, remember Barbizon models?
Mm-hmm.
Such a scam.
Yes. It really was like, we'll take your money and tell you everything you need to know.
Yeah.
Really? Like, let's just call it a finishing school.
When I said I had 2 questions, the second question was, is there a difference between an Amazon and a giantess?
Honestly, okay. You'll find yes and no. For the hardcore Amazon group, because when I started, there was like 8 of us. In the whole world, there were 8 Amazons. And for us, it was anyone 6'2" and above. Nowadays, you'll find women that are embracing Amazon as strong, female bodybuilder, anybody that embraces just like a more powerful feminine essence is an Amazon. Like She-Ra or, totally going to mess it up.
Wonder Woman.
I can picture it. Oh, I love Wonder Woman. But yeah, it's just to that. It's like, so you'll find groups going back and forth, like, you're not an Amazon. Because, well, I'm 5'7", but I'm a female bodybuilder. That's not an Amazon. You're supposed to be 6'2" and above. So you'll find groups fight about it. And it's like, that's not a true Amazon. But then in definition of the word, they are. So anyway, you just like nod your head.
Is She-Hulk an Amazon?
I don't
see.
I don't think
in my life, I think she's like 5'7", 5'8". But in terms of her size, yes, size and strength, she's an Amazon.
Right.
But
yeah, I don't know how tall they make her in the new series, but yeah, she doesn't look like she's super, super tall, just like a little taller than what her average character is.
We'll see. And my whole take on the whole She-Hulk is, why do the male characters get a very serious or very just like dramatic movie, but we're making She-Hulk almost like a comedy?
Right.
Like, to me, it just hit weird. I'm like, why can't she be dramatic or have the whole like...
Right.
But anyways, that was my...
I'm loving the new She-Hulk series just because it's so comical. I think that I didn't read the comic, so I don't know if that character is supposed to be like that. Like Deadpool is supposed to be, kind of comical and funny and, sarcastic. So I don't know how true it is to that, but I know that there are some folks that are like upset that, like, why is it a She-Hulk? And why are you saying, it should have been named something different, or that kind of thing too. And I don't know. I'm just like, they're comic movies. Calm down.
I think people are also upset because she breaks the 4th wall. But then I read that that's what she does in the comic too. So that's on point or whatever. But it's fun. I think it's really fun, and it's a little bit of a feminist lens to it, which I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had a quote from the last episode where he said, a teacher presents itself when a lesson is to be learned. And I was just like, ooh, yeah, that's a smack in the face one. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Exactly. So let's talk about the work that you do. So being that you're 6'3" and you have the height and the mobility and flexibility and all the Amazonian stuff, what do you like? Tell us your average kind of session with an individual who wants to have services.
So when someone asks me, it's like, well, what do you do? And it's funny because for a while I'm like, well, let's see. I do height size comparisons, lift carry, smothering, trampling, face sitting, nipple torture, CBT, ball kicking, leg scissors, wrestling, domination, role play, adult baby, lap sitting, small penis humiliation, and just talking.
Nice.
But it's pretty open. I say I'm open to most fetishes, but there's no nudity, no sex, no release, and no bodily fluids. So I don't do no golden showers, no brown showers, no vomit, and I have a hard time with spitting. Like, that's it. So I've been asked to do that, but then I always get like dry mouth and be like, but I don't do as much lift and carry anymore because most men are as bad as some women with, I weigh 140 pounds and they walk in at a good 220.
Yeah.
Like, really? Because they know that most session girls have a weight limit. It's like 200 is their, if 150 is the cap or 200, they'll always try and come in under it. I'm like, you are every bit of 270. Like 262, like I just want to be lifted. Like,
right. Oh my goodness. So in those kind of sessions, an individual says, I want to be smothered. What is that? How long does that last? What kind of scenarios does that look like, smothering?
Oh my gosh. So my sessions are generally either a half hour to an hour or longer if they're more experienced or my repeats. I find it funny when a brand newbie he's watched my videos, I've watched all your videos and I can take it. I'm like, okay. I'm 160 pounds and I'm like 5'11". I'm like, so you're a skinny boy. But I can take it because I know they're just acting. I'm like, and book's 2 hours. I'm like, that's a little long, but hey, I will gladly take your money. And in the first 5 minutes, I didn't think it was going to be like this. And they're tapping out because I'm like, you said it. You said you could take it. You said they were acting. They're not acting. They're not. So it's smothering can be everything from boob smothering to belly smothering to sitting on their face with my ass to thigh smothering. Any and every body part you can to smother the face, they'll go for it. Height size comparisons, I'll toss on some heels, be 6'9", and I get the guys that love the height size comparisons. For a lot of them, I find either trying to relive or capture. They're 5'7", 5'6", 5'7" usually. And they love the height size comparisons, the contrast, where they love taller, bigger women, but like in school, they're always made fun of. Like, you can't date a tall girl. You can't be seen with a bigger girl. You can't. But that's their personal interest, like their personal, like that's just who they're attracted to.
I want to interject that I do hear a lot from people who are anxious about dating someone that they're taller than. And I always say this, when I see a couple out in the wild and she's taller than him, I'm like, I know what he's got going on. Because you got to have some swagger. You got to have some confidence. And a lot of times I think there's things going on that we're never going to see that I'm like, okay, there. All right, you guys have fun. Because it's kind of hot. I'm like, good for you.
Honestly, it is. And I'm one of those that I actually had preferred dating shorter, smaller guys. They try harder. And I don't have the best positive experience with taller guys because they have more of that ego. They've never had a woman look eye to eye. They've never had a woman be taller than them, be bigger than them.
That's pretty solid. Look eye to eye, like, damn, I never thought about that. But wow, yeah, that hits.
Well, and it's funny. I actually went on a date with a guy who was 6'5". Well, this was after I started my website. So of course I'm wearing rocking heels. So I'm a good 6'7". He's like, do you have flats? And I'm like, no, because heels, they accentuate the calves, they push the booty out, they push the boobs out. I'm like, I'm rocking this. And then he was like, we went out, had a nice time, talked, laughed. And he wrote me a very nice email. I really love your personality. You're absolutely beautiful, but I've never had to look a woman eye to eye, and you challenged my masculinity. You suck the masculinity out of the room. You don't need me to protect you in a dark alleyway, and I don't feel that you... And I'm like... Wow. So I was like, okay. But 2 months later, he found my website. He then wrote me and said, oh my God, you are my dream come true. That's everything I want. I've been interested in it. Oh, because he said, I couldn't date you, but I've always wanted to fuck a tall girl. I'm like, fuck you. But he found my website and, of course, wanted me to see him again, to sit on him, smother him, dominate. Like, I'm like,
Wait, that's so ridiculous.
But yeah, the shorter guys, I mean, I have tall friends who will not look at anyone under 6'2". It's like, can't do it. I've dated guys who are 5'6", 5'7", and because they're used to being shorter, they're used to being smaller, that it's like it doesn't bother them. And they put forth the effort. I mean, those guys.
Well, I just think about, like, okay, in this size dynamic, your face is right at those boobs. And I mean, that's just, how do you not? How do you be like, I need to be with this person so that my head is always right at her tits? Like, there's just, exactly.
Totally.
It totally makes sense. So you've been going and traveling around the world. Tell us some of the places you've been, because I mean, every time I see you, you have a travel schedule on Instagram that is just like, I'm sitting there going like, she lives in the airport. This poor thing, like, you get to be home.
I figured this month I was home for 2 days.
Wow.
I just left I just did the East Coast, and then I was home for 36 hours. I did Vegas with my family, my cousins and my mom, for 4 days. Just flew from Vegas to Seattle, where I'm currently at, and then Seattle to San Francisco tomorrow, San Francisco, LA, San Diego. Where am I going from San Diego? Back to Idaho the 7th, and then the 8th, I'm driving to Billings, Montana. Billings, back to Boise, to go back to Denver, to go back to New York, Philly, Exotica in DC, Chicago, Baltimore, and then Connecticut got thrown in there, and so did Manchester. Yeah, I'm going to be gone until November 1st.
Are these all for clients?
Mm-hmm.
I have.
So what
have you heard of bondage? It's like kinky massage.
Nope.
Anyway, I have a lot of friends and clients that are dominatrixes, and they have a travel schedule like yours, and these men just bring them all over the world, and sometimes pay for lavish vacations. And I'm just like, wow, so cool.
Yeah. So what I do is, like, I was flown in, and then they pay for a hotel, like pay the expense, but then I'll also build a tour around it. And a tour is when I post several days, like what I'm doing now. So yeah, like I've been flown to Turkey and Dubai and Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, and Tokyo. Yeah, Netherlands, London, like all those.
That's so cool that you can
awesome.
see the world as just like getting to sit on people. Yeah, like that. Your job is like to spend 30 minutes to an hour with somebody, and just like, okay, I don't even have to talk to you. I can just sit on you, and then okay, thank you. I'm gonna go do whatever I want in Dubai. Like, that's incredible.
And most of the people, like when you're sitting on them, you're covering their face. They can't talk. They can't breathe. So there's no really verbal interaction. I'm watching TV. I'm good. But then you get the guys that want to be ignored. So they want you to watch TV or be on your emails or whatever. And then those that want to engage, you're just talking and, they're telling you their story, their life. And then you're like, okay, see ya.
That's
awesome. It's amazing.
How many of your clientele would you say are female or anything identifying other than male?
I have a lot of couples that come. I just did 3 couple sessions in Philadelphia and New York last week. But not very many. I have mostly a pretty male centered.
Yeah.
I've had several solo sessions, but for me, it takes a different dynamic for me personally. Because when you're sitting on a male, guys, like, okay, but then when you sit on a female, like, for me personally, it's like, okay, this, and then my body and mind is like, not sure how I feel. And It's just different because I naturally want to be softer and more gentle, and like, no, crush me. So I'm like, okay, I got to work on it.
That's
yeah,
fantastic.
and then like, yeah, even the couple sessions,
Yeah.
You have to be very mindful and very respectful of the female, because usually most cases it's not her idea. She's doing it just to appease the partner or just to, okay, as long as I'm here, I know he's not going to do anything. Like, I don't do it. And I've actually had guys and wives comment that, no, I would prefer him see you because I know there's lines. I'm like,
right.
okay.
So Crystal,
okay.
I had my husband have a session with Amanda, and it was fantastic. Because I got to kind of like go behind the scenes and see, what it's like. And first of all, my husband absolutely loved it. They're friends, so it was like, we just played around and giggled, and I was like, smash his balls, or his head, or because I was like, that was just fun for me. But but it was really cool to see, like, she really does have the TV going in the background and like, flipping through the channels. And I was like, this is like what you do. And she's like, yeah, I'll just like sit here and then I'll just kind of check in. And like, she taps him and, are you all right? That kind of thing. And he's, but yeah, it was really fun. So I could like,
that was a lot of fun.
Amanda, do you normally stay fully clothed, or you just scantily clad, or?
I can do anything. I do both, from fully clad, because I have guys that want to be jean face sat, because jean sitting is a whole other level of face sitting, to pantyhose down to just bra and panties. So it really depends on their interest, because then you get guys that bra and panties, or can you wear dirty panties, or can you wear leggings? So I just always ask before going into the session.
I'm not surprised that they don't mind you doing whatever you want to do while they're receiving your smothering, because
attention.
Our friend, Mistress J, she's a local dominatrix here. She's a friend of mine. She's told me before that people want to like lick her feet for 3 hours. It's really effing boring. So she gets out her folding table, her computer, her thank you notes, and they just lick and lick and lick and lick for 3 hours. And then she gets her shit done. She's like not turned on by it, but they'll keep an erection for 2 or 3 hours and finish themselves and go home. And she's like, I got all my work done. All my accounting's done for the month,
See, and it's funny, like, because I get the guys that do, want the foot fetish, and for me, like, I do it and I enjoy a good foot massage. But a tongue between my toes, I'm still like, I want to squeeze it with my toes.
Yeah.
and then it kind of ruins the mood for them. And I was like, give it to me.
Well, I've said this a million times, but most big girls love a good foot rub. Our dogs are barking usually.
Oh, absolutely. And I love it when you get a guy who knows how to massage a foot. Nothing is worse than, is this good? Is this good? And I'm like, you haven't done anything yet.
Dig in, just
get in there. Yes. Get that lotion and rub.
I realize the second they do that, like, that's instant blowjob material. Like,
your penis in my mouth right now.
Yeah.
I will take care of you.
Exactly. Like, I just don't understand. You think they'd be like,
so
your feet. Right?
They make it so complicated. It's like, it's not that hard.
Right?
Hey,
and foot rubs. That's it.
Amanda, I heard you refer to yourself as a BBW quite a few times. Do you identify with the word fat at all? Do you self-identify with that word?
I am fat. I am BBW. I am curvaceous. I am jiggly. I am squishy.
Okay, you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny when it comes down to, are you a BBW or are you a supersized BBW? Because you get those in the community where it's like, but then it's okay. Well, what is a supersize? And like, well, that's anyone 350 and above. But what I found most guys is they identify a body type with supersized BBW. Like, okay, how many rolls? How's the size of the body? And then I've actually shown up to BBW events and been told, you're too tall and too skinny to be here. Have you seen my ass? Because, you know, and that's what I faced growing up was, well, I'm too tall. And, you know, if you're tall, you're supposed to be thin. And if you're shorter, it's okay to be BBW. But to be tall and BBW is like, what's going on here? What's going on?
A BBW event should be a size acceptance event. So that means, in my mind, all sizes are welcome. Fat, thin, whatever.
And I think that's an interesting point, because one of the things that kind of has led me away from the BBW community, not like, you know, fat acceptance or anything like that, is that there is that sense of like, you have to be a certain size to be in this community. And if you aren't, we won't, you know, you're either too big, too little, you know, and it's like, well, no, it's supposed to be body acceptance. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And in fact, that's actually what led me to, let's start my new little venture, BBW XXX Adventures, is because it's not seeing that inclusivity, you know, and it's like, you'll see the pretty BBWs, or this is the socially accepted BBW.
Hourglass.
Anyone who's over, you know, or the older, more mature, experienced, well-loved. You know, and I say more sexual because, like, my friends who are in our 40s and 50s are some of the most horniest, sexual, like, just, we know what we want, but that content's not out there. Or showing that you're still, it's realizing that women are viewed that when you reach a certain age, you're no longer sexual. You're no longer viewed as sexy or desirable. Like, I'm just getting going. What the fuck?
Right.
Or for the supersized ladies, the content is still fetishized and it's low quality. It's the grainy cell phone or the feeder. You know, it's like there's a time and a place for that, but I want all sizes, ages to feel and be appreciated, but also include a little fetish, because come on. Doing my own little Quentin Tarantino.
That's right.
Quentin Tarantino, he threw in foot worship, and now it's like, oh, foot worship is mainstream. Oh, he likes foot worship? Well, it's okay to like feet. To where it's like, it's okay to like BBWs who are over 23. It's okay. You know, and oh my gosh, you have stretch marks. Like, don't Photoshop them. And I actually just shot with a model, and she's beautiful. She's got, but she's a breast cancer survivor. And so, you know, it's the discoloration, a little discoloration, and she has a scar. I'm like, that's beautiful. Like, do you mind if we, like, you know, angle and celebrate it? And she's like, oh my God, that's awesome. Because she filmed with a studio who told her to change angle to not film it. And I'm like, let's empower this. Like, okay, as a woman, you're sexy. As a woman, you know, beautiful, desirable, but dude, what you went through is beautiful. And like, you're still here. And so let's just celebrate it. So yeah. But anyways.
Well, and in your sexuality in a situation like that, it's usually very like, oh, you were sick, so now you can't be sexualized. You know, that sort of.
Yeah, like, it's tainted. Like, yeah.
So your new website is BBW XXX
Adventures.
I love it. Okay. So porn site where you're featuring people of all sizes and ages, right? All different kinds of fat people. And it's a pay site where people can go and buy adult movies or clips that are going to be inclusive of all bodies.
Yep.
Lovely.
Exactly.
And I can tell you, I've seen some of the content, and I mean, the quality is amazing. I mean, we're talking about good lighting, good makeup, but real. You know, it's not an individual that's like you said, being hidden or, you know, tuck that away, or, you know, or we're going to change this angle. So it's high class looking porn, and it's all different kinds of bodies. And I saw a bunch of people with tattoos and like average looking guys and all different types of races. And Oh, the lady who can make the magic spit without even sticking something way down her throat. I was like, what? How is that possible? I need to follow her so I can learn her tricks, man.
You can make the thick spit without pushing something down her?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just make it.
Wow.
And it's like dripping off of stuff. And I'm just like, oh shit. Like I'm turned on. Like, I don't even like that, but that's hella cool.
I was too. I was like,
yeah. She's this big, beautiful black woman, and she's just like, she goes to like lick the toy, and it's already there. And I was just like, what is happening right now?
I've never seen that before.
Like to me, and it was just like the lighting, the setting, and it was hot.
Yeah.
It was like,
well, and it was just so nice to see something that's like super. You can tell there's like attention to the background and the environment, and it's not just like shoved into the back of somebody's van kind of stuff. You know, it's really nice content for plus size bodies or any kind of bodies right now. But I mean, you just don't see that.
Mm-mm.
See, and that's what I knew. A big shout out goes out to my videographer, Charles, cinematographer. But he's also part of Blush Erotica. That also is, you know, their whole brand too is totally different, and with the smut and the voiceovers and inclusivity. But no, talking to him, he's like, well, you know, I shoot more, because I've known him for a while too. And I knew right away when I was starting this, I wanted that quality. Because he's like, I shoot more cinematics, yes. I don't want here's my cell phone, I'm a videographer.
Right.
You know, when you get I'm in the back dirty laundry room, and there's like laundry and garbage and food. And
right.
I knew that was a mix that I wanted to bring that level, and then just quality. So yeah, I'm excited. And like, why the long name? I'm like, because, you know, the adventures part, because, you know, my little logo, to me, like, I wanted to make it look like a passport, because some of the best sex is when you're traveling. You know, you're getting out of your routine, out of your normal setting.
I love it.
Yes. You know, and it's like, it's a new country, it's a new location, it's just like, there's just something about like the electricity and like, oh, let's try this. And like, you're getting away with something or something new. You can step outside of your normal comfort zone. And I also have a couple other elements that I'm working on to bring that will have more adventures. So, you know, more destinations and more traveling and more outdoor shoots. So yeah, there's a lot coming. I'm excited.
I'm sure you're getting the question, like, are you going to star in any of these movies?
No. And you know, it's funny when I first started getting those questions, because I know Amazon Amanda, like, I'm still doing my website and I still got that going on. And then I started producing this, and it was, so are you performing? I'm like, do you ask that of every other male producer? Like,
exactly.
You know, like, why was that, like, you know? And then I'm like, no, because they know me as, you know, as a model, as this. And I mean, I've been asked for 20 years, will you do this? I'm like, I'm just producing it to give a platform for other ladies to do, you know, to show and be and recognized. No, I will not be shooting any hardcore, no sucky, fucky.
I have a few friends that would probably be interested in this. How would they reach out to you if they want to possibly?
Oh my gosh. You can email me at BBW XXX Adventures @gmail.com and just say, I'm interested in modeling, or like information. Send a social link if you got one. That's it.
Oh, they do.
They do. And location is not an issue, because my travel schedule takes me coast to coast. We're filming in New Jersey at the end of this month, and we'll be back in Vegas and LA and Atlanta. Yeah, coast to coast. So location is not an issue.
That's wonderful. Company.
Sorry, Merf.
No. So you go ahead. I just said that's wonderful.
So this is your company, Amanda?
Pardon?
This is your company?
I run it, book it. Sometimes I feel like, you know, the circus act with the plate spinning, because I'm still running my own website, Amazon Amanda, and my tour schedule and my emails and social media. And then it's bringing on a whole new entity that honestly, it's just like, I was hoping it, in my mind, I knew it was going to do amazing and like grow. But it's growing really fast. And then the interest and the ladies. And I eventually will need to bring on people because it's trying to book and get this and not get it confused with this over here, and to give it the attention that it needs to grow and to be at the levels that I want. So yeah, it's we got some good stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks and months.
Nice.
But yeah, it's just me. I have a slight control issue.
I want to throw my hat in the ring if you get to a point where you need bloggers and newsletter writers and newsletter creators, because that's something I do on the side. I would love to help. It's such an amazing thing that you're doing. I'm just so excited.
Please send me an email. You got my number? Yes, please.
Yeah, that's so exciting. How fun. So currently your performers are people you know, or how are they finding you?
No. I actually only knew the first setup for the models that were in the release launch. I knew Erin Green, who, God bless her, I love her. She kind of came out of semi-retirement to shoot. I'm like, please, I knew I wanted to shoot with her. I'm like, please. Yeah, and then Mulan Blossom, because I wanted some diversity. I don't want it to be totally whitewashed, which a lot of sites turn into. Like, I want women, all shapes, sizes, colors. Mulan Blossom, who's the other one? Alexis, I knew her, so I'm like, because it's the coming as Amazon Amanda, okay, I have the name, ladies recognize me, great. But if I message them as, hi, here's this little independent studio, I got left on red.
Yeah.
So it's I wanted to reach out to ladies that I knew that was like, okay, you know me, credibility, but it's also people recognize them. So it's like to give that added credibility. But yeah, no, a lot of them I've never met before. And in fact, at Exotica, end of October, it's all new ladies shooting. This is the first time I'll be meeting them. So I'm really excited because it's I knew ladies from meeting them at some conventions or, just social media, but I want to shoot with established, but also the lady next door that's like, let me dip my toe in the ring here. It's like, if it's their first time shooting, come on, let's go.
Yeah. That's fantastic. And I love the diversity. I love that, you're thinking of content, like themes, fun role playing things. I saw that there was like someone got detention after school and, all those kind of fun things too. So there's a little bit for everybody, it seems like, at least thus far.
Yeah. And there's going to be more. I would love to incorporate more girl scenes, or girl, boy, girl, everything, anything. It's just sometimes my wants and dreams are bigger than my, oh, okay. I mean, I can't shoot everybody today, right now, and get this done. Right. I have to space it.
Yeah, that's hard.
So yeah, it's slow and steady. Slow and steady, we're going to get there. But yeah. And then I also want to bring in more sex toys. It's like toy, like, because there's not a lot that's for size, for bigger girls, for bigger ladies, for bigger bodies. And it's, this harness is great. Has a weight limit of 120 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. Or here's this itty bitty pocket. Right.
We need to hook you up with our friends over at Liberator, because we get lots of we've purchased, Crystal and I on our own have purchased throughout the years many Liberator products, and now we have a sponsorship with them. So they make stuff for us folks with larger bodies. It's pretty fabulous.
That's
yes.
Yeah. Do you have a vibe? Do you have a vibe that you like?
We want to ask Amanda about her favorite toy, right? Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Next session.
All right. So, Amanda, we usually have a vibe of the week. Now, We don't usually do this with guests, but sometimes we pull it out and say, hey, are you willing to talk about it? Do you have a favorite sex toy?
Oh my gosh, I go through so many because I am a single woman traveling and I have needs.
Oh yeah.
So I've gone through like literally I have a treasure box.
Oh.
I got too excited. It just popped out of my ear. And nothing is like right now it's called the Designer. It's just a rechargeable, it's a knockoff Hitachi wand, basically. I like more the clit stimulation, but some of those, when it has 21 separate modes and 32 speeds, I don't need that shit because your finger is already going numb because you're holding it. And then right when you get in the right speed, right thing, your finger hits it and it's like, and that throws me off.
Yeah.
Or it's rechargeable and it dies mid-session. You're like, so right now I'm between toys. I have one, but it's like, I could do better. It's just the go-to when you're like, I need the quick fix. Well, I got 10 minutes.
Let's use on the Liberator website because the Liberator has. I don't know. I forgot if they can be used for the sex toys or not, but we do have a discount code, and we should. We would love to get more photos from Liberator with people of size. If we could work something out, we have or something really cute. And yes, I don't know, something with them because they do make special products specifically for larger bodies.
So that's perfect. Because I find most toys they're too small. They're not powerful enough.
More power.
Or when you look, it's like, look, just give me the chainsaw.
Telling you.
Because it's like, oh, it's so dainty, it's pocket size, and you're like, my toothbrush has more power than that. Right?
I want the
I'm a palm power extreme. Thing. That's my thing because I need the rumble, and that's it. It's the only one that I've found that is like instead of yeah.
Or when they go I'm like, make up your mind. I just need constant.
I do like the ones that go.
Yeah.
It's like Well, that's my favorite.
Yeah. Like,
have you tried?
I want to bring in.
Oh, sorry. You want to bring in toys?
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, have you tried the womanizer? We've had a lot of people on this pod talk about the womanizer because it sucks. Like, literally.
Okay. Is that the rose?
Yes, but it's the higher quality one.
And longer with a handle.
Yeah, the handle's longer. So you can, you're not having to wiggle around as much to get it there.
See, mine is lift the boobs, lift the belly, lift.
Move it over to the side. Yep. I feel you.
No, I will go look at that.
Yes, the womanizer.
Amanda, have you tried the rose?
No, I have friends that are try this. But I also have to be very mindful of what I travel with, especially international. Because some countries are very anti no sex toys, no adult novelties, no.
Yep.
So when I travel internationally, it's like you almost can't take anything with you. And then it's like if I bring it home, but then I have family that lives out, so you really don't have any free time. So my best time is in hotels.
Yeah, well, if they have a shower massager in the shower, that's all you need.
I need the sit-down bench for the. I will never leave the shower.
Me too. I always say, never met a stream of water that I didn't want to hump.
I think Ashley, that's an infographic. I love that.
Right? Man, water is it's a lot of people, that's their first vibrator, right? It's like learning that the shower water or the tub water feels really good. And it goes from there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, swimming pool with the hot
The
jets.
jets. Yeah.
Oh, jets in the
Exactly.
jacuzzi, my favorite. Oh, my eyes are like rolling in the back of my head. It's the best.
It's like, hold that.
I know, right?
And then people want to talk to you.
Right.
I can't talk.
Let me enjoy the damn. Yeah.
So one other question I have for you, Amanda, is where do you buy your clothes? Because we know if you're fat, it's difficult to buy clothes. I know if you're tall, it's difficult to buy clothes. Where do you find sexy stuff?
It's a challenge. Right now, it's a cross between Torrid, a little Lane Bryant, because I'm in Idaho when I'm not traveling. There's no Avenue. There's no, like, specialty plus sizes. It's either Lane Bryant or Torrid. So you can actually go and try stuff. I'm dropping my earpods left and right. And a lot of those, like the pants, they're big enough, but then they're not big enough for my thighs, or they give you the tummy, but not the butt. And then, so I live in capris most of the time, just because they're full length pants, but on me they're capris. The shirts, this is actually a Torrid shirt. Like, it's super long on me, so I have no idea how my friends wear them without looking like they're wearing a dress. I really, excuse me. I really think they're trying to be inclusive, but they have no idea how to do sizing.
Yeah.
When it's like, we have sizes for 5'3", let's try and just make that for, and they get it all wrong.
Yeah.
But like leggings from Torrid actually work, dresses from Torrid, but the pants, yeah, no. But a lot of friends are finding stuff on the Instagram, like a lot of friends book through Shine. I personally can't get anything from Shine to fit.
Yeah.
And I call those Japanese plus sizes. Oh, so my thigh is a 5X, 6X.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
You're on mute, Crystal.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I was saying that I know that Shine doesn't have a very good reputation, but I love their styles. I know that they probably use child labor, but they make all the really trappy, slutty, strappy stuff, and that's what I love. And I've heard with Shine, I mean, I know you're supposed to like read the reviews because every single piece is different, so you should whatever one piece says will fit someone that's I'm 5'7", then I try to pay attention to that, but I know I'm not really supposed to buy from them, but it's hard not to. I also think,
and it's only $4.99.
I know,
right?
But also, I think people of size should get a break on all of that because yes, I want my suppliers to make things that are sustainable and not use child labor, but like we don't have shit for places to shop. So if I'm a size 2, you better be like thinking about sustainability, but you got to give us fat people a little break because we don't have very many places to shop. So. I feel, I'm very conflicted on the whole Shine thing, but they have the good stuff that I like.
Well, and sometimes I walk into Lane Bryant, and I'm like, who is designing this shit?
Right.
Like, who's picking the fabric? Because, ew, and patterns, and I'm just like, or I see a lot of the same styles that were from 10 years ago. Or the same, like, I remember this pattern. I remember this stuff. And you're just trying to like reshuffle it and give it back to us?
Give it, yep. Give you a different version with the shoulders cut out or something like that.
Or I love how they put with Torrid, you either get Disney or
Skulls.
It's like, you want grunge? Yeah. Skulls or Disney.
You're the goth girlfriend or you're the Disney girlfriend? Which one are you?
Well, I always kind of go back to like what you said, Crystal, like you got to give us a break. Like as a kid, I never got to have anything that was pop culture. Nothing, unless I wanted to wear a man's shirt. And it, was one of those that the collar is like up at your throat like a turtleneck, and it's super wide, boxy, and then like, So for a while, I was buying like everything Disney I could find, or everything, because they just didn't make stuff like that for me. But I guess Torrid's in some hot water right now. They just put out a new campaign, and all the models in the campaign are like less than like a size 10 to 14 only.
What?
Yeah. It's like their new collection or something like that. There's a lot of people getting upset. It's like, that's not good. So yeah, I mean, where we have to just kind of be like, you know what? I haven't got to wear anything strappy, cheap, whatever, shiny, blingy. I'm going to buy it. So I just buy from, I call it Sheen. I didn't know it was Shine.
Sheen.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I just like, I'm like, $4 to have a work shirt that looks great on Zoom that I'm never going to wear out. Yeah, I'm going to buy that.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm fucking fat and nobody's ever done shit like that for me before. So thank you, poor little kid that got stuck doing that. I wish you weren't having to deal with that.
Right. Yeah.
But I appreciate it.
I'm just at this point, like, I can only control so much right now. Like, I have to let some stuff.
Right.
Exactly. Yes.
Like,
I want to be a good citizen, but y'all need to give me a break.
Yes, exactly. And I know that's terrible. I know that there are people who are hearing that and like, you know, damn her, damn her.
I know.
Whatever.
I know. I want to be a good citizen. I really do, but I don't have shit for options, so I have to sometimes buy into this crap. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sucks.
Sometimes I have to say, yeah, it's Satan today. Let's do it.
Hey, Satan.
Hey, Satan. Hey. Well, this has been so much fun. We've had a great time having you on and talking about your different ventures. And I know that you have some very fun, exciting stories. And I think we need to have you back on at some point for a round 2 to get into all of those.
And also,
I would love to.
I would love to that too. I would love to know where everybody can find you. And then, is there anything we can do to help you? Is there anything we can do to, what can we help? How can we help you be successful?
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. Just having me on is huge. I really appreciate it. You can find my Twitter at Amazon Amanda, or if you'd like to follow the BBW Adventures, BBW Adventures. I kept out the XXX to fit with Twitter's rules. Either AmazonAmanda.com or BBW XXX Adventures.com. And if you'd like to help, please just send me an email. Any press, all tweets, retweets. It's all awesome. If you're interested in modeling, you have someone you think might be interested, even for male talents. I know I've had guys go, well, I don't have the sexy six-pack. I'm like, I like dad bods too, because I'm for real.
Hell yeah.
You know, and it's like, I'm sorry, some dad bods are fucking hot. And to show that bigger guys enjoy sex too. So it's like, you know, I appreciate the male talent that's out there that, you know, well, I've have several on the site, but not everybody has 12-pack abs or 6-packs. And, you know, you got the cushion. And I think, and actually I had talked with a friend who's like, you know, I really appreciate that Target and big stores are doing size inclusivity, and they have the women's plus size mannequins, but they don't have plus size mannequins for dudes.
Nope.
So it's, unless you have a 6-pack, you're not represented.
Yep.
Or, you know, it's like, well, that shirt looks great, but so I also want to do that for male talent as well, to show that, dude, we know you guys are, you still lay down. You good. So yeah, just shoot me an email. It'd be awesome.
A total pleasure, Amanda. I'm so excited that Merf introduced us to you, and I really wish nothing but millions and millions of dollars and great success with your new venture. It's so needed and so necessary.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
Thanks, Amanda. Anything else, Merf?
No, that's it. I think we're ready to kind of close up shop today.
Hey, I saw today this guy who was on Tech Now. He was talking about his new book. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm like, we got to get that book. Like, share, and subscribe is the name of his book.
Yeah, so that's what we're telling all of you. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Review.
Yeah, and thanks to all the people that gave us reviews. We got 5 or 6 reviews recently and that gave them 5 extra entries into our giveaway for our Liberator Sex blankets. So thank you for those reviews, and you can find them on our website. Amanda, it was a pleasure. I'm going to say see you later, alligator.
Well, after a while, crocodile.
Out the door, dinosaur.
I love it.